Now let's move to this. We sell with words. Words sell things. Now, irrespective of the mode of communication you'll be sticking with, remember, you are emphasizing on messaging, how to communicate to the right audience. So let's assume you already have your target audience set up. Now, how do you communicate to them? How do you sell to them? How do you get them to take that the desired action? All right. How do you get them to buy if that's what you want them to do? How do you tell them what they need to hear to do what you want them to do? So we sell with words. All right. Words sell things. Now, irrespective of the mode of communication you'll be sticking with, you ought to first be clear about what you're trying to communicate. All right. When I say words sell things, verbal, visual, written. That's why I said irrespective of the mode of communication you'll be sticking with. The first thing is to be clear with the message you're trying to pass across. Not necessarily about the mode, how you're trying to pass across this message. You could just be writing text. It could be a video. That one is, video of a person saying something, verbal, right? And then that also has to do with visual. So somebody says something, it could be written, or it could just be a flyer, right? A creative, and then, short text for description. Irrespective of the kind of creative you'd be using, whether you're using a flyer, whether you're using a video, whether you're using, whatever mode, one thing that is important is be clear about what you're trying to communicate first and how you're trying to communicate it. So I usually tell people, since for the essential digital marketing class, emphasis is on meta advertising. All right, the channel we are sticking with for this course is meta advertising. So I will be using examples related to meta advertising throughout, but it's practically the same thing. All right, with other channels of marketing, other channels of digital marketing specifically. So remember, we've already covered what the different channels of digital marketing are. And I already told you that for this particular course, the channel that you'll be trained on for the technicality is the meta advertising, Facebook, social media kind of advertising rather. So what Facebook does when you try to run your ads on Facebook, for example, you're trying to say, Facebook, I know you have billions of users. I want you to pass this message across to this, to this category of users on your platform. That's simply what you're trying to do. You are giving it a message and you are telling it, pass this message across to, to certain people, to these people among the billions of users you have. So in that case, the category of people comes with understanding your target audience. So you already understand who you are trying to sell to. So you try to select that and tell Facebook, pass this message to my target audience. All right. Remember, I'm talking about messaging. Before we talk about communicating to the right audience, you have to have figured out your target audience first, right? And basically, it's not too hard to begin with. You don't have to make it too spooky or complex. It's just that some people are not aware that there is a target audience for their product. So if you're aware of that there is a target audience for your products and you come to the consciousness of it, then you understand that I should not be trying to sell to everybody. You would only be trying to sell to people that are interested or that would be interested in what you're trying to sell, right? So now once you select those category of people, you're now telling Facebook, pass my message, push my message across to these persons. Now that's all Facebook takes your money for. They are very obedient. Say, okay, fine. They take the money, whether you're paying them thousands of dollars, you're paying them thousands of naira, you're paying them millions of naira. That's fine. That's not really a business. What they do is simply, they don't guarantee your sales. So if you be like, I paid so amount, I didn't get any sales, Facebook took my money, that's your business. Facebook doesn't send you, they did what you asked them to do. Their goal was to push your message, the message you asked them to push to the people you asked them to push it to. That's what you paid them for. In other words, you are just buying access to their users, right? The people on their platform. So you have to think well before you spend that money, because Facebook is not going to return your money because your ad failed or because your ad didn't produce results. Alright, and you can choose to get angry with Facebook all you want. They have a no return policy. They're not going to return. They're not going to return your money. All right. So what you have to do is you have to be specific about before you choose to spend that money. Remember, this money, once I've spent, I'm not getting it back. So be clear about your target audience. Understand how to, the technicality of selecting them. 1. Number 2, this message I want to push. Now remember, it's not Facebook responsibility to get your ads to work. This message I want to push to these people, is it convincing? Is it good enough to get the results that I desire to get? Alright? Is it good enough to get the result I want? It's all in your plate. It all depends on you. Alright? It all stands and ends with you. Facebook parties to deliver you their people. That's all. But you really want to ask yourself, this message I'm pushing across, can it give me the action that I want to get from these people before you push it out? That is where you having to be first clear about what you are trying to communicate and how you are trying to communicate it comes in. That's the messaging part of advertising. Alright?